I am Alok Singh and I have secured a rank of 628 in CSE 2018. So I am here to share with you my experiences, and I feel that I have a bit of a different strategy from other people because I was always a working professional. I started working in Steel Authority of India Limited back in 2014 as a mechanical maintenance engineer, and I started my UPSC preparations in 2016. So since the time I started the preparation, I was always a working professional. So I hope that this video of mine would help you in pursuing your dreams if you are a working professional. So first of all, I would like to divide my video into 4 parts. The first is the motivation part. The second is the problems faced. The third one are their solutions. And the fourth one are the do's and the don'ts when you are in job. So let's start with the motivation. I have always felt that one has to be strongly motivated from himself or herself. The inner motivation is very, very important because this is an exam which takes a lot of courage and a lot of perseverance. We have to study for 4 or 5 years before we start seeing some results. So people ask me that you are already doing so well in Steel Authority of India Limited, you are already a technocrat, so why IAS? So my answer to that is कि when I started working in Steel Authority of India Limited, I was posted in Bokaro, Jharkhand. In Jharkhand, I came in contact with a lot of tribals, and I came to be aware of the rural-urban divide that exists in the country, the tribal problems like the witch hunting, or other problems like the deficit of basic facilities, the health facilities, the education facilities, the sanitation problem. A lot of issues were there. So when I interacted with those tribals, I thought that I had a calling in administration since I was motivated to do things for the most marginalized section of the society. So that was my motivation. So I feel that if you have to crack this exam or for any examination for that matter, you have to first of all find your inner motivation. What is your inner motivation? You have to look around, and every one of us have that inner motivation around us. So that is the first thing. Now, while working, like most of the aspirants who are working, I too faced a lot of problems, and some of them were, the first one was obviously the time constraint. We have a lot of time constraint when we are working and studying simultaneously. The second is there are times when we have some non-cooperative seniors and you are not able to pursue your ambitions and your studies so rigorously as are required. The third problem is of following the test series. How does one follow the test series when one is working? So these are the basic problems that I faced. And obviously the problem of not giving ample amount of time to your family. So these are the problems. Now the way I handled them, these problems were handled by in a logical way. The first one, the first problem was of the time constraint. This problem, I tried to develop a smart strategy for myself. First of all, I used to when I started studying, I used to keep a track of time of what I was studying every day and for how much hours was I studying. It is usually reiterated that when people study, they should not look for the time, but the topics covered. But when you are working, you have a different strategy, a totally different set of rules that you have to follow. And one of them is that you have to actually count your time rather than the topics that have been covered by you. Because we always have this time constraint and we are always racing against time. So the first one for managing time was that I used to first of all have a lot of PDFs in my phone. And when the lunch hour striked, I used to read those PDFs from my phone, or I always used to carry some reading material while traveling. So that is how I tried to manage time. So this was the first problem, and this is how I faced it. The second is there are times when you have some non-cooperative seniors who don't allow you to study. So that problem can be handled by either not revealing the plan that you are studying for some exams, or that can be handled by trying to persuade your boss that your work won't be affected just because you are studying something, and it is only in your free time that you would pursue your studies. So this is another solution to the problems. The third is the test series, following a test series rigorously and with time. So my advice to the aspirants would be that when you are buying a test series of a particular coaching, and I used the IAS Score test series, mains test series in 2017 and 2018, and they have this flexibility of test series. You can give test according to your whims, as and when you are comfortable with giving one. So my advice to the aspirants would be that when you are starting the test series, make a timetable of your own rather than following the timetable of the coaching. That gives you the power to adapt to your time, and it gives you some flexibility wherein you can adjust according to your own needs. But once you have developed your own timetable, you need to rigorously follow it, religiously follow it. Now the fourth problem is of how to give ample amount of time to your family. So this is a problem that one and all of the fellow aspirants face, and I used to tackle this problem by giving the mains from my home itself. So I used to get around 30 to 40 days at home when I was about to write my mains examination, and that used to satisfy my family that at least I am home for a month. So that is how I used to deal with the less amount of time that I was able to give to my family. So if you are a working professional, there are some do's and don'ts that you need to do and some things that you don't need to do. So for do's, I would suggest that there are times when we feel that we are frustrated, or we are too full, or we don't want to continue this journey any further. I would advise that let's take a break for 2 or 3 days, but get back again to the studies when you feel that you are again good to go. And if someone asks about me of what you have to not do, so my advice to that person would be that if you are a working professional, never skip an attempt. Because once you are working, you get so indulged in your work that if you skip a year, you would totally lose touch with the studies. Rather, if you are a working professional, try to be in that cycle continuously until and unless you get to the final goal. So these are my advices to the working professionals and other fellow beings. I hope that these advices of mine are of help to you. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much.